Gorgeous backyard space. Listen, if you don't have a lot of space, you can still etch out, you know, a nice little area for yourself in your backyard.
The outdoor furniture now is just like condo size. Like you can bring it outside and it looks fantastic. And all of these pieces are from ARD Outdoor, which is one of my favorite new spots.
Yeah.
And with this one, I really love that kind of vintage look of the wicker. It's something a little bit different.
Yes.
But love it.
I love it too. This whole basket weave situation has come a long way. And this is exciting for the audience. Thank you to ARD Outdoor for the patio furniture. And after the show, we're going to draw for a $500 gift certificate. Excellent. Beautiful here.
Create your oasis.
But we all know if the deck wasn't looking good, it would not make everything else look good.
It's so
the
true.
deck is the important thing.
You really have to do that. And as you can see, we did a fantastic job. We used a semi-transparent beige gray, which is nice, kind of ties in with the furniture.
Yeah.
I used the semi-solid black for a perimeter to kind of give it, you know, a little bit of a rug feel.
I like that.
And then use black as well for the fencing with a little bit of beige gray. So,
gorgeous.
You know, nice color combination, but you don't know what happened to get it to this point. That's the hard part.
So all of the prep that it took to get to that point, and that's where you really have to spend the time.
You do, Tracy. I always say like 80% of the job is prep, and I'm not exaggerating. So if you want to hire someone to do it, I don't blame you. It is a lot of work.
Right.
But it really just takes, you know, decent weather, some roll up your sleeves, some elbow grease, and you can get your deck looking beautiful again, or you can start from scratch if you've just installed a new one. So
nice.
I've got a few different things here to talk about. If you've just installed a deck this season, we always recommend waiting another season. If you can wait the year, let the wood weather, dry up itself naturally. It'll accept stain better. One of the most amazing things I found is, you remember, you know this, Tracy? The
is that pressure treated?
Green pressure treated,
yeah.
Exactly. Well, just to show you, this is like the new pressure treated today.
Ooh, it's beautifully naturally brown.
Exactly. It's trying to look like cedar, right? So it's already actually in pretty good shape. You don't have to try and, you know, hide that green so much. But it's still in the state where it needs time, like cedar or any other wood, to get it dry enough to be able to stain it. So I've got cedar, the old pressure treated, the new pressure treated. There's lots of products that Benjamin Moore sells that can help you kind of clean it up if it's just been out for a year and it's weathered, so you can just brighten it, lighten it, clean all your outdoor furniture at the same time. Plastic, wood, whatever you want. If you're removing a lot of stain that's already on there from previous years, you might want to get into something like the Remove product, which is, it's like a paint stripper. Okay. So you want to use
How tough is it usually to get it off? So you put this on, and then are you scrubbing?
You're scrubbing.
You're scrubbing.
Those are the deck brushes.
I would definitely. It's this rough, people.
Yes. You want to do that to get it off.
You know what this means? This means there's going to be some work.
Yes, absolutely. You want to get someone with some weight behind you. But the reality is, you can just put, you know, like a pole on one of those deck brushes and do it. And this stuff, well, you put it on there for 20, 30 minutes. Test it out first and see how easy it's going to come off.
Yeah.
So once you've done that, I still always recommend sanding, and honestly, that is kind of like your best friend. And if it's not in horrible shape, even just sanding it with an 80 grit sandpaper is the best thing you can do. Just like interior staining, you get the wood ready to accept the stain. So a couple of things. This is just, you know, cut from the lumber store, so it's still, as we call it, wet. It's kind of wet. It's got a mill glaze on it. I'm gonna. Okay, I've got shaky hands, so let's hope I don't pour it all over the place. But just to show you, you see how it beads?
Yeah.
That means it's not ready to stain. Like
I see. You want it to be able to absorb.
Absolutely. You want it to penetrate. So when that happens, then you know. So you can do a lot and a lot and a lot of sanding to get it to that point, or you can just wait a year and relax and enjoy your deck.
I love that idea.
Isn't that?
Just wait. Don't do it.
Absolutely. You can also use a product to get rid of the mill glaze remover, but again, I'm kind of one for let's just enjoy while we can for the year.
Why not?
But a couple of other ways you can check, because then once it's dry enough, then you got to wait for a couple of days where it's not going to rain.
I know.
Right? You want the wood to stay dry. So one of these really cool things that a lot of Benjamin Moore retailers have is a moisture meter. You can buy one if you're going to be doing a lot of work, but you basically make sure you got batteries in it, turn it on, stick these little tongs.
Can you just use the one you use for your chicken? Not the same.
I'm gonna try it. I don't think so, though. Poultry, lamb, chicken. Let's see. Wood. I love it. So this will tell you if it's in the red, you know it's not quite ready to stain. So again, a really cool little thing.
Let's just show. You can see that right here. Like it's actually pretty clear. So when it gets into the safe area, which are the greens. Oh, sorry, there's way too much glare on that.
Yeah,
when you get into the greens, then you know that it's safe to go ahead
and
stain away.
Stain away. So on that note, lots of different finishes that you can use, and I'll just show you. I don't know if my sanding did anything, but just to give you an idea, this is a semi-transparent.
I love these colors you have.
And you know what's great? I love grays. For exterior, they look really, really nice, and it kind of looks like naturally weathered wood. Yeah, you can see it's actually starting to penetrate a little bit in that area already, whereas it didn't over there. So again, important thing when you're applying the stain is to use a stain brush, go with the grain. Don't go against the grain. Go with the grain, and it's best to use a brush if you can. If you roll it, get someone to go behind you with a brush to push it into the grain. The most important thing is that the stain penetrates, doesn't sit on top.
Got it.
So lots of wonderful colors. We've got a brochure that shows all the colors that are available. You want to think about semi-transparent, semi-solid, opaque, lots of different options depending on the look that you want.